Okay, let's go ahead and look at a story problems. Remember, story problems are obviously super important because we want to be able to extract the information and be able to properly apply mathematically what's being asked. So, a physician orders that a patient be given 10 milligrams of medication 3 times per day. How many grains of medication should the patient be given per day? So let's go ahead and look at it. First things first, notice that this is a two-step problem. So first thing we have to figure out, well, in general, how many milligrams is the patient given per day? Because notice they tell us that they're given 10 milligrams 3 times per day. So we have to go ahead and conclude how many milligrams are just given for one day. And then from that point, we can go ahead and do the conversion from milligrams to grains. And of course, you can do the conversion first and then do the multiplication, but it's just whichever one kind of works first for you, works best for you. So let's first figure out. Here we can see, again, we're given 10 milligrams 3 times per day. So we need to first multiply 10 times 3 to figure out how much is given in just one day. So first, 10 milligrams times 3, and that is equal to 10 times 3 is 30 milligrams. So we know every day they need to be given 30 milligrams. Well, now the question is not asking about milligrams, it's talking about grains. So now we need to go ahead and first get our conversion factor. So then we have, so the conversion factor that's given is for every 1 grain, there's an equivalence of 60 milligrams. So that is what's going to help us figure out how many do we need for our 30. And again, you can use the fractions method or the ratios method. I think in this case, I'll stick to fractions. So here we can set up the first fraction of the proportion using the conversion factor. So using this guy right here. And remember, the top of the fraction is what we're converting to. We're converting 2 grains. So that is what's going on the top. So the second is convert 30 milligrams to grains. So the top of the fraction, we have 1 grain is equivalent to 60 mgs. And now we set up our second side of the proportion. And remember, the top is the unknown. That's what we don't know yet. We don't know what the measurement is in terms of grains. And then we know from the 10 times, or I'm sorry, 3 times, the 10 milligrams 3 times per day, we have in total 30 milligrams. And now once we set up our fractions, we could go ahead, cancel out the units that we don't want and cross multiply. So milligrams is gone since I want to deal with the world of grains. And now I can go ahead and cross multiply 1 grain times 30. And then we have x times 60. So 60 milligrams. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hold on. 60x is equal to 1 times 30 is 30, so 30 grains. And now once we perform the division, divide both sides by 60, I get x is equal to 30 divided by 60. Well, what does 30 divided by 60 simplify to? 60 cannot perfectly divide 30, but we can simplify this fraction even more to 1/2 since they both have a common factor of 30. So remember, this is a story problem, so you need to make sure to write your answer in story problems form. So therefore, or I'm sorry, in word format. So therefore, the patient needs 1/2 a grain per day. And that is our final answer. Okay. And of course, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, I did make sure to give some on this homework, so please let me know if you have any questions.